following is a conversation with my awesome classmate, Francisca Snip. I was really happy when she agreed to sit down with me because I think she's a light, fun, playful person with also a lot of depth to her. So I think that's a very cool combination. She can play and be free and experience and also be very exact. When she wants something, she can do the exact things that she needs to do to get there. And I have a lot of respect for that. So I was very happy to be able to take her to the podcast and hear her out. There are a couple of things that I should say before I start the podcast, because we, of course, we know each other, so it's nice to have a little bit of background information, so you know what some of the things are that we are talking about. So at the time when we were talking, there had been an exam just a couple of days ago. It's called an MMP exam, and in that exam we show with our whole class, with our study, with our year of the study, we show what we have made that semester. So it's a pretty big thing and very fun. Everybody does such different things, so that makes it really exciting to be there. Everybody's just being like, yeah, I did this. Some people are not even playing music, they're just hanging a painting on the wall, and then that's their thing, or photos, lots of different things, which I think is really inspiring. I really like that. And we showed our work as well. So I did a work. I don't know if I would say it is about shame. I think shame is the catalyst, if you know what I mean. It's more where it started. But I think where it ended was honesty and beauty. So I made a performance about starting from shame. I wrote down every single thing that I'm ashamed of. Well, as far as I could get a hold of it. So I went through my life and tried to get a hold of it the best that I could, which was pretty scary, a lot more scary than I expected it to be. And I think it really did something very useful for me, although I can't quite put my finger on it yet. And then I made a composition, which I was very happy with the composition. I think it came from the process of working through that shame. And when I worked through it, which is of course always an ongoing process, but I think I made a big step forward. I found just honesty and beauty, and I think that's where the composition also came from. So that was something about my performance, so you have a little bit of context. And Francisca also did a performance. First she read something. She writes very beautiful. It's great to hear her also read what she writes. She's really good at conveying the image. And for the intro, I put in a small bit of her MMP exam. So that's what you will hear. Before we go through the intro, there's one thing that I should add. The teacher that does the MMP exams with us is Albert. He's our teacher. He helps us with our creative process. The man is very grounded, and he can see the value in people, and he knows how to pull it forward, So I really admire him, and it's good to know who he is, so you have a little bit of context for the podcast. So that was all I had to say. I will put in a bit of the audio of Francisca's performance, and I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Elektriciteit. Ik wil vonken, vonken. En dan zacht, zacht, zacht. Hier in de straat vormt zich een olifantenpad. Daar is het gras weggetrapt. Want de mensen willen van de gebaande paden af. En op een dag liggen er schelpen op dat pad. Wat je nooit zag, maar wat er stiekem al die tijd toch al lag. Het was ochtend en het was blauw. Alles was goed, want we hadden alles gezegd. En we betraden het pad wat er al lag. Met hernieuwde tred liepen rondjes rond de flat. En we zullen niets zeggen, tenzij ons iets gevraagd wordt. We zullen zwijgen en kijken en lachen en zacht zijn voor elkaar. We zullen elkaar in slaap spelen. Het komt zoals het komt. En het gaat zoals het gaat. Grote stappen. Kleine pasjes. Wees niet bevreesd voor wat komen gaat. Er vindt altijd wel iemand de weg terug. Al is het pal onder onze voeten. Vuur is niet om van te schrikken. Als je weet wie je bent.
All right. Oh yeah, we're doing it in English.
Ah, we
I'm
are.
not sure if I told you. I told
we should
you.
get
So
into that mindset right now.
So I can get your beautiful, well-pronounced English accent, which I think is
Oh
really
shit!
fun.
I forgot to practice, man. Oh no.
Did you?
Well, I'll try my best, but now I'm very self-conscious about it. So now I'll speak very Dunglish all the time.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I speak very English. I honestly, I've been listening back to the last podcast that I did with my brother because I had to do some fact checking because we said a lot of shit, and then I was.
It was very weird. There was a soap bell floating by the window. Another one.
Oh! Let's see where they come from. I have to figure it out.
A soap bell. Yeah.
It just magically appeared.
It's only when you're not looking it appears.
No, but I listened back the whole podcast, so I had to work through my own Dunglish for really long. It was a little bit painful for me to hear myself back.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they'll have to deal with it.
Yeah. So, tell me, what are you working on?
What am I working on?
Yes.
Oh, we already started.
Just yeah, well, we're recording.
Are we? Wow.
Everything
I didn't
is
know
already on. That's really nice. Yeah. Now
Oh,
you're
no.
so practiced. You're a little bit red.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them. They can see me. Okay. Well, what am I working on? Well, I already told you. I told you about the voice acting I'm doing.
Oh, you were also busy. You were already looking for voice acting a little bit, right? Because you were experimenting with some things with the Aladdin thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that was I was just trying to do a lot of different things to figure out what my qualities as a voice actor are.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I did my own MMP exam in which I used my voice quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then after that, I started telling people that I was interested in doing more of that. And then people asked me to do stuff. So now I'm doing something for James and something for Lucas, and I've done a couple other things already.
Oh, nice. So things are really getting to you. Just you spoke about it, and it just came to you.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's
amazing
beautiful.
how that works. You just tell people you want to do something, and they ask you.
Sometimes I'm also surprised about how much stuff is actually happening all the time. You don't realize until people come to you and it's like, oh, you have all these projects happening at the same time.
Yeah, but so that's one thing I'm doing, and I'm also working on my EP still.
Yes. Oh, I'm very curious about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's coming along nicely.
Are all the songs written already?
Yeah, and most of them are already recorded. Maybe we want to record still some strings here and there, because not everything we recorded was like it wasn't enough yet.
You wanted to have fuller strings or something.
Yeah, well, there were some parts that didn't really match with the other instruments, so we might want to do that again. It's very weird to speak English, I have to.
Don't worry about it. And you also, I mean, you can say whatever, and if you really don't feel comfortable later or something, I can always cut it out. So don't worry about too much about
that's nice.
what is coming along.
Yeah, I just have to remember, I'm here with Peter and it's fine, and we can just
Yes, it is a little bit, it's a little bit scary, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I find it a little bit scary as well, definitely.
Yeah.
That's also why I'm doing it.
Cool. It's so weird, because you create a set of rules, and then suddenly it becomes a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what I'm actually really curious about, I'm very curious what, last week we had the project week
Mm-hmm.
with all the values
Mhm.
and things we find important and oh yeah, maybe I have to explain a little bit about it before I start talking about it.
Maybe you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had we're both doing the same study, a 3.0, and last week we had a project week around musical leadership. And at least I felt that it was a big part of that was also musical leadership developed from who you are and what you think is important.
Mhm.
Like if you know better what your values are and what you stand for, you can have more vision and have more leadership in a
Yeah.
certain way. You agree? Or-
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for me it was also about finding out what is already there inside of you. Like, what are your qualities as a leader already? With maybe you don't know it yet, but you can figure out and then amplify those. So you don't have to pretend to be a leader, but you can just be yourself. And
Yeah. I think also a thing with being a human being is that you're already a leader. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's so important for being for surviving in like the wild, in prehistory,
Mhm.
you know, that you have to have the capacity to step up. I think I think it's there in everyone. Don't maybe
Yeah, it's there in
develop
everyone,
it.
but like a lot of people don't develop it. I
No,
think.
they don't tap into it.
No,
No.
but yeah, I definitely think that everyone
Yeah.
has the capacity.
Yeah. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Well, everyone who, has the privilege to be in good health, but even if you're not in good health, or like you,
Especially if you're in difficult circumstances, actually, I think.
yeah, maybe that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it excites me. When I talk about it, I feel, I don't know, it feels like the hidden power of a human being or something, you know?
To lead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. And leading is beautiful, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like true leadership, you know? That you're like, let's go somewhere better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very human-like to say that.
That is really humans. Like
Let's go somewhere
quote.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really the thing with you. And then often it's doubtful if it's better.
Yeah.
But we're there anyway, so we might as well make the best.
Yeah, that's true. But you started this story with, I'm very curious, and then
Yeah, well, I call the podcast Wandering Off for a reason.
yeah, right.
And more I have the feeling that the podcast is actually me wandering off and my guest trying to keep me in line.
Well, I won't try to keep you in line anymore.
okay, I'm not sure. Maybe more leadership. Yeah, well, yeah, because I'm curious what came out of that for you. Did you find out some more things about your values and things you find important and what you want to work towards? Because for me it was a very revealing week. I don't know if you felt the same.
Yeah, well, it was, I think for me it was really, bevestiging.
Confirmation.
A confirmation of things that we already kind of learned or that I already experienced, but then very concentrated in one week, you know? And the things I found that that could make me a good leader, like qualities that are inside of me. I think that I have a natural calmness, and
you say with like
like
very natural
very
calmness.
long
Yeah.
pauses.
you're really exuding. Oh, that's nice. I feel so English right now. You're really exuding that natural
Exuding.
calmness.
I don't even know that word.
I think it's. I don't know.
I was actually just trying to find the right words, but calmness and peace, like groundedness.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that all the time, but I think that it is there all the time, and I can tap into it if I focus on it, you know. So that's something that I can use more, I think, especially as a leader. Yeah.
Are those things you're busy with this groundedness?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So why is your focus going there?
What do you mean?
Well, okay. Well, to be fair, I am really busy with that. So I notice that for me, I'm like, oh, being grounded. Oh, that's very interesting. And I really notice that my focus is going there. So I'm really curious, what is it? Because it's a very specific word. Like if you say that word, it's like not everybody is focused enough to find that exact right word.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that exact right word, it means that you're already a little bit focused on it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm really curious, like, where does the focus come from? Like, where does the interest in that groundedness come from?
Yeah, well, I have noticed that... okay, so I studied also 2 years of music in education.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still doing it. And what I learned there in every lesson where I had to stand in front of a group was that it always worked so much better when I didn't try to, lead the group actively and make, I'm moving my arms like towards the group.
Yeah, that's also a little bit putting your energy away.
Like
or something.
away.
Yeah.
But it always worked so much better when I just focused on myself and on standing on the ground and feeling my roots deep down into the ground.
Yes, definitely.
And every time I did that, the group was like focused on me.
Yeah.
Because I felt...
It's the energy of being a leader or something. Like I am here and I am stable. No matter what is going to happen, you can rely on me or something. It's a little bit like energy, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I think the group feels that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's useful when you're working with a group, but it's also very useful in my personal life.
Yeah.
Like there's, as a human, there are so many emotions all the time and thoughts and judgments and you know them. And
I feel so. I recognize this so much. Whoa. Yeah.
Are you human too?
Whoa. Yeah.
And it just helps when you know this place of peace and know how to get there.
Yeah.
And so when you need it, you can go there and find some stability, balance.
So, how do you get there?
For me, how do I get there? Well, breathing, first of all. Like closing my eyes for a second and just breathing and just feeling my body. Just feeling where I am in space. And then observing what's going on in the moment. Just trying to be aware of what is there.
This receiving energy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you put it right. And
so funny when you don't know, when you know what you mean. It's like, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, it's like, what are you talking about?
Maybe that's true. Yeah. Well, it has to do with shifting your attention anyway. Going from a very diffuse mindset with a lot of different thoughts, a lot of different feelings towards something where it's calm, something that's steady, that's always there, and that
your body or something.
Your body, or but even your body can, you can feel tension somewhere in your body, and you can have tighten up muscles, but still you always have. Well, maybe it's not the body, but it's maybe it's the mind in a way, that you can use your mind to be aware of itself and of the body.
Yeah.
And then when you have this meta perspective, there's suddenly more space to, put things in perspective and
so maybe you that's interesting, huh? That's I interrupt myself. It's really it's interesting that your mind can go anywhere, but you can also choose that your mind doesn't go there. So there's something that goes there, but it's not you who chooses it or something, and then you can choose. So you exercise your will. Sounds very aggressive, but you exercise your willpower onto your mind or something.
Yeah. I think that's it. That's like mindfulness. That's meditation. I think, to just point your attention to something, and then I immediately see Albert's face when I'm when I'm talking about this. But,
maybe for this podcast I will just put the face of Albert. Like that he's looking at you all the time for the video.
Because what I think is very important while pointing your attention again and again is this very soft and kind way of directing it.
You can't force it, but you can.
So I see I'm going that way again. Okay, let's return. Let's return to this, and it you don't have to push yourself, and you don't have to cut off parts of yourself. They're just there, but you can choose. Okay, I'll let it go now and go back to that.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah,
it really makes me happy. Yeah.
And I think I'm learning more and more to find that calm voice, and to to not be aggressive towards myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be
do you have a tendency to be aggressive to yourself?
I
feel like you had more at the beginning of the year.
And I still can have these tendencies, but in some situations I can be really harsh. Like sometimes when I talk about it with people and I tell them about my thoughts, they can really be like, "What? Don't be so hard on yourself, And then I realize, that's a bit aggressive. I didn't know until you said it.
You don't notice. You just normalize it. And sometimes I have that. I have more of clarity, and it sounds like someone else. I can listen to it like someone else says it. I'm like, someone would say this to me. I would be like, fuck off. Who are you? Who do you think you are? By the way, I really like your outfit today.
Thank you.
It's nice.
Thanks.
Looks very comfy and warm. It's a little cold here.
It's very nice, Do you want to put on a trui?
I could put on a trui. Can you hand me my trui?
Yes. Here's your trui.
No. The whole podcast has been cast into a meditative state.
Yeah. Who's very good at this soft, using this soft voice?
Albert.
Well, a lot of people are.
Obviously.
Albert, obviously. But someone more... even more famous than Albert.
Even more famous? Oh my god.
No, I'm thinking about Jacob Collier.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You were going to say something. Please say what you're going
because
to say.
I notice every time I see him talking, in these interviews or these live logic session breakdown thingies, when he talks to himself, he's so kind, and he even thanks himself for stuff. He says like, that was very nice, Jacob. Very nice of you. Thank you.
That is really sweet.
It's so sweet, and I just really love it so much because it doesn't sound like he's pretending to be kind to himself or something.
No.
It's just it comes so naturally, and
maybe his music is just a byproduct of his very pure state or something. I can imagine that it is actually like that.
Yeah, or it's a channeling of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it you wanted to say?
Damn it. I don't remember. But something else. It is so nice.
So nice you hear these birds.
You're also screaming people in the background. You just completely ignored that.
I just hear the birds. I only hear what I want to hear.
I don't know if you felt that, but I felt that although we did very different performances, it also felt a little bit similar in the MMP exam. I don't know if you felt that as well.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Because I felt like we were both playing with energy a little bit there. Were you consciously playing with energy in your MMP exam?
Well, no, I don't think I was really playing with it, but I was directing it.
Yes.
So maybe it's the same.
Yeah.
You mean the same. But the similarity that I see is we both opened up and showed something vulnerable to the audience and did that. I think you did it, and I
think you did it as well.
I did
Don't
it
worry. You did it as well.
We did that in a in this very grounded way, which made it possible to the audience to come along into that feeling and to experience it without being afraid that it's unsafe or something.
Yeah, that is nice that you say that. That without being afraid that it's unsafe.
Yeah, so you're vulnerable, but you're also grounded.
Yeah.
So people can trust you and follow you.
Because that was what I was struggling with the previous time. Because I did my performance before, and then I was crying all the time, and then it was actually not safe for the audience to come along, because I was feeling really filling up that room or something.
Yeah, so it was very good that you already
had that out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I would have been able to do it for the whole group if I hadn't done it before. No.
It was very personal.
Yeah.
Are you going to share that performance with the world? Or maybe even with your friends or your family?
I might share the musical part. I talked with my parents about it. Maybe I should tell a little bit about what I did.
Yeah, you should.
I wrote down everything that I'm ashamed of, and actually I did that, and that was really intense actually, because when you really dig deep, you find out that there's a lot that you're actually ashamed of. At least I am, and I can imagine for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And that terrified me. It genuinely terrified me.
Wow.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, I think it's such an inspiring thing to do. You have to be really brave to look that in the
Well,
eye.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have to
Yeah.
you have to be very courageous
Yeah.
to, sit down with yourself and
Yeah.
face that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. I feel like people are really awful and really beautiful at the same time or something. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like there's parts
Mhm.
that I'm like, I hate humans. And then there's parts that I'm like, oh, humans are the most beautiful thing. And they're both
Yeah.
there at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that you say that, and I immediately see this picture of a tree going up and the roots going down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is funny.
because the things that make people awful, I think, are often caused by these very intense feelings of, feelings of anger or sadness or loneliness.
Yeah.
And what was it I want to say? Yeah, I just want to say they're the other side of the same
Coin. Yeah.
coin. Yeah.
I feel like maybe when you are not facing the things that are part of you,
Mhm.
fear gets in the way or something. I feel like fear fucks everything up.
Mhm.
Like if you have something that is beautiful, but you fear that
Yeah.
part of yourself,
Yeah.
it becomes like a bad quality. I feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you have this very genuine thing that you want to share, for example, and then you have this little voice in your head telling you like, but if you do that, then
Yeah.
people will think you're arrogant, or people will find you annoying, or you'll be a burden to people, and then because of that fear, you don't do it anymore, and it becomes
Did you think your M&P performance was good?
well, part of it, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I actually this morning I watched it again.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, the second part, I don't know if you remember, like, it had two parts.
Yes. I
Yeah. Okay.
definitely remember.
All right.
really made a very big impression on me.
Okay. Thank you. But I think especially the second part worked really well for me because
Yeah.
with the image and I used my body in that, and I was really present on the stage, and it felt like one geheel.
One hole.
One whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe it worked because it was preceded by that other thing, but I don't know.
Can I put the audio of your performance as the intro?
Ooh.
That doesn't have to. I mean, you can, but I would really like to use something that is yours, some audio in the intro. So I think that might be a great fit.
Yeah,
actually.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check it out if it works.
Nice. Yeah. Well, as long as you're comfortable, it works really well. Just I talk a little bit, I do intro, and then music, and then talk.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Yeah, of course with the tape, and then okay, cool. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think that is cool. It's all in Dutch though, but yeah, that'll be fun. I was not listening to your text at all, to be honest.
So why? Like, what do you remember?
I only remember the energy. That's the only thing I remember. Just like, there was like electricity in the air. You know what I mean? There was like So recently I've had so much energy. I don't know if you recognize that. You feel your hands and your feet tingling.
Yeah. So I know it.
It's like pure, and I really felt that in the air. Like you could grasp it, you know?
Oh, cool.
It was like, we are here.
That's
and we're
so
alive, and we are experiencing this together. And it's the only thing that my full attention is right now. And, you know, captivating.
Wow.
That is the word. Yeah, I really felt that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did you know that the first word of the second part of the performance was electricity? Yeah.
Maybe it worked through my subconscious. Yeah.
It might have done that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think Albert cried during your performance. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. I haven't dared to invite Albert yet to my podcast because
you should do that.
I'm worried I'm not good enough.
Oh, please.
In my podcast.
Oh, Peter. It's gonna be so amazing.
Yeah, it is going to be amazing. Oh. Albert.
Let's talk about Albert a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my god, the
Our
words.
hero.
I think I would love to have YouTube videos of Albert talking about stuff. I would definitely check those out.
Yeah,
if there
me
would
too.
be a YouTube video with Albert with like a little bit captivating title, like what would be a good title?
Videos with Albert. Okay.
I was thinking about the video, but you know, it's like it has to be a little bit catchy if you have the video title, but it shouldn't be like clickbait, because that would be terrible. If you are, this will fix all your problems. Just 3 things you should remember when you are making something.
That's a bit clickbaity.
No.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, 3
It's
things.
allowed to be. It's allowed to be. If there's 3 things, I think it's not clickbaity. If they say 3 things that will fix your life, like, that's clickbait.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking more about something like Albert's
Meandering.
encyclopedia for makers or something. I don't know.
Oh,
something.
That's
And
nice.
then,
Yeah, but then it's the channel name. You mean?
Yeah, and then this episode we're going to talk about guitar people.
Maybe I'll put a little bit, like, after the editing, put like a something with the guitar, and then that's what you say. That would be really nice. In the previous episode, my brother was saying like, maybe you should put like a couple of fake commercials.
Let's do one. Let's do a commercial.
Okay. Are you feeling lonely? Are you down on your feelings? Go outside, climb a tree.
Climb a tree. Climb trees. Now only $20.99.
Doo-doon.
Yeah. I want to do another one. Actually. Can we do it
Okay.
immediately? Okay.
That's Jacob Collier. That's Jacob Collier. That's so busted.
Let's not steal that. Okay, cut that out.
Okay. Sweaters. We have sweaters in 3 colors.
Red.
Orange.
One of these colors was a lie.
Choose which color is not a color. Do you know the thing with don't hug me, I'm scared?
Yeah.
I think green is not a creative color.
Listen to your heart. Listen to the rain. Listen to the voices in your brain.
I want to snap the joint, but I don't remember it anymore. I wonder if they made new videos, because the first one was already pretty fucked up. I think it became worse and worse. They also had one about time, I think. And then I wonder if they made new ones.
I especially love the first one.
Yeah, it's good. It's like it's crazy. You creative things can be anything, but when it's inspired, you feel it.
Yeah.
Or something. You feel the inspiration. That they're like, and then that's really good.
Yeah.
But when you're making it, and you think, oh, this is going to be really good, then you lose it. So it's like you have to be this, but then also this.
That's actually something that I noticed while watching back my MFP exam, but like not only mine, but just the exams in general. That
which ones did you check back? Okay, which ones did you check? Do you remember what you were saying though?
What? Which
ones did you check? I'm curious.
Check?
Which one did you watch? The MMP exams?
Oh, just I watched my own video back. Just
okay, only yours.
Yeah. But I saw them of course live as well.
Yeah.
But I would like to say something now.
Yes, because I was talking about two things: that you're making something, but if you're thinking and it's inspired and it's good, but
so that was something that I noticed that. And I also love that, and that's something that Albert says as well, that sometimes something can be very houtje touwtje, patched together.
Improvised, patched together.
Nice. Like in a very simple way, but it can convey the message in such a powerful way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
it has to do with the intention.
And it has to do with, and what is that? Because you would think, oh, maybe humans can communicate like in so many layers. So you'd think, oh yeah, intention is really important in human communication because you're sitting in front of each other, so you can feel a lot more than you would think,
Yeah.
So I would say, oh yeah, intention, of course, we can feel these things. But then in music, which is not with another person in a room at all, which is only sound, maybe not even the voice of this person.
You mean when you're listening to music on your own?
Yeah. And not even the voice of this person, that maybe could convey some information, and still you can feel when it's inspired.
Yeah.
And I have, what is that? It's like the holy grail of creativity or something. That little nugget of gold that is buried in there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's in very small things, and you can't control them. It's in the parts that you don't control where this message,
yes, maybe
is splurged out. Because a lot of things you can control, and this is the vehicle. I think
Yeah, the things you can control
your
the
technique
vehicle.
and whatever, knowing your instrument and stuff. And then if the vehicle is, steady, then...
Yeah, the thing that it's actually about can be conveyed. Yeah.
But even if this vehicle is very houtje touwtje...
Yeah, if the message is strong, it can be there.
You still feel it.
Yeah.
And then you can say, well, maybe you could do this and this and that, and then it will be stronger and more impactful.
Yeah. Yeah, then you can... bijschaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can...
Sometimes you shouldn't. Sometimes you have to... I'm always scared that when I make something, that I will ruin it. When I made the composition for my MMP exam, I made it in one go, form, and then I didn't touch it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid.
Yeah. Because in the first demo, you have this spark.
Yes.
You hear it. I can't help noticing that your
my chair is... I specifically took this chair because the other one is squeaky.
You like the sound.
Yeah, because I like the really makes the sound. You want squeaky chairs? We have 50 different types of squeaky.
Squeaky chairs. Oh, okay. Squeaky.
I'm going to switch it up.
Switch it up.
Okay, Peter is gone now. He's grabbing another chair, but I just wanted to say that I really like being here, and the sky is blue. I see white clouds. Oh, he's back.
What were you doing?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. I will hear it back. Check it and delete it if it's not funny enough.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Rude.
Unasked for. In the previous episode, I even kept in that I was moving one of the mics and I unplugged it.
Mm-hmm.
Just moved the mic stand up there and then I replugged it. So you
Yeah.
also hear the sound.
Oh, love
And then only one mic that you hear me talking backward, like rumbling, setting stuff up, and then and it's on again.
Great. Yeah, it really creates the atmosphere.
Yeah,
Okay.
of bullshitting. Yeah. Oh, I want some water. Do you want some water?
No, I saw tea.
Oh, I should ask Elijah sometime soon.
Yeah, oh, that would be great.
Man, I have so much fun with Elijah. Because I didn't hang out with him a lot before, but I really like him.
Mhm.
But it just, sometimes you just don't have a reason to hang out with people, and then make a connection very early in the year, and then it just kind of goes to the background,
Yeah.
So I had internship together with him.
Ah, yeah.
It's really.
You want to sit on this one?
No, no, I want the squeaky chair.
All right. It's part of the.
This is part of the experience.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't think. I think it's a spark of this podcast.
The creak. The
Creak.
squeak.
Squeak. Creaky chair. Creaky.
It sounds like creak.
Yes. What are we going to talk about, Francisca?
I want to talk more about life.
Life.
Yeah.
I have three things to say about life.
One.
One. You should make friends. 2. Never wear clothes that you don't like.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. 3.
3.
If you spell backwards, it's Efil.
Efil.
I really needed to think that long just
Efil.
about what it was if I
But-
spelled it backwards, because I
Yeah.
already knew at the beginning of that what I was going to say, and then I just needed all that time to think about
But
it.
if you do it like auditive, life, file.
File. Oh, you also sounded like something that is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say.
Live?
I'm going to say live one time, and then editing,
Mhm.
I'm going to reverse it.
Cool.
And put it in there. File.
I'm going to do it too, but I'm going
Oh,
to.
you're going to do it backwards,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I'm going to reverse
Yeah,
it.
okay, so
yeah.
let's say life. Laugh.
I'm so curious now if it's going to work. Okay.
Why? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Why do you make music?
Oh, I have no idea why I'm making music. I am doubting it more and more, to be honest. Because I still have a question lying around for you, so you're going
Alright.
to answer it at one point, just
Okay.
so you know already.
Mhm.
It's already been there since the beginning of the podcast, which is what were the values and goals that you got out of the
Oh,
project
okay.
week. But at least for my,
we already.
I don't think
talked
you
about it a
said
little bit.
about really the values that you
Yeah.
got.
Well, okay, we'll do it later.
Well, but at least for me, it's really about connection and honesty. And I feel like you can do that so well in conversations that I'm like, why am I making music or something? And I'm really not sure. So that's a bit of a problem, because that feels like I'm losing a little bit of my identity, because my 15-year-old self is like,
What?
what are you doing? You know, like, you idiot! So I'm really like, I don't know. I just feel like it's really, really scary. I think because it feels like I'm diving into the abyss of
Yeah.
and having no clue.
You're letting
you
go
know.
of everything you know.
Yes, I'm becoming a monk. I really feel like that,
Yeah.
actually.
Great.
Yeah.
You already are. A little bit.
Only stupid monks. I'm already a monk, just a stupid one.
Well, yeah. Maybe you have to be a little bit stupid, but in a good way, to become a
Okay, that
monk.
doesn't make sense, Francisca.
Why not?
I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. Please,
Why not?
Please make a new sentence.
No, I really think it. Actually, I just said something, but I really agree
Okay.
with myself because.
You retroactively are going to defend your own
Yeah,
words.
yeah.
Okay, go
because you have to be. You have to be a little bit silly to become a monk or to devote your life to something.
ahead. Yeah.
Because it's really funny, to just let's dive
just
into
do
this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And you have to, I think, be courageous as well, but also just silly.
Yeah.
Just let's have some fun with
Yeah.
doing this.
Why not?
Mhm.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
why do you make music?
Ooh. Well, partly because it's just a really great exhaust pipe. Is that
Release.
release?
Peace.
Yeah. Letting go. Bow.
Flow.
Flow. Yeah, you
Yes.
know.
I think I get what you mean.
Yeah, because I remember when I was a kid and we had this piano in my house. We got it for free somewhere.
Yeah.
I think we never really bought instruments, but at some point they just came to our house.
Yeah.
And I would just sit behind the piano and go like bling 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 and trying to make something funny, and it was always just for fun and not trying to. Well, this is a story everyone knows,
Yeah.
Music is just playing around,
Yeah.
and you can.
Well, I don't think everyone knows that.
No, maybe not everyone, but
no. No, but there's
they have a shock.
they have a shock mount.
Mount.
So
Yeah,
I
okay, great.
think you're going to do it anyway. But it's just what I tell myself, so I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. Well, but to return to the story, yeah, what's great about music is that it can express your emotions without you having to tell them or to,
Yeah.
because the sounds have that feeling inside of them.
Yeah.
When I give you a solid minor
Chord.
no,
Oh.
second interval. Why? A seconde. A minor second? Is that?
I think so. Yeah.
When I give you a solid minor second,
Yeah.
it just has this feeling inside of it already.
Yeah.
And then I create a context by playing something different after that, and suddenly you have this tension and release.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to do anything but just push some keys or just strum something or maybe use your voice, but you don't have to tell this entire story from at first I was feeling very stressed, but then I relaxed again,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's all in a subliminal communication.
Yeah.
I think, but I think you can convey a lot of things in these ways. I think also in conversation you can convey them, but also when you say it literally, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be like, this happened to me, and it was really sad. Can you feel how sad it was? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing happens there.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I can get what you mean, that it has this room for communication. Sometimes I feel like it's hard for me to use that as a communication because I because I get into a negative role or some negative voice because it's music and I'm supposed to be able to write it. So when I get stuck, I get angry with myself.
It works averechts.
Yeah, like I said, the podcast is actually about me.
Maybe that's the point of podcasts, that the host gets a chance to share
to finally vent. Yeah, well, that's actually how I use the podcast. Like, people can't run away when I force them to sit down, so I have to listen to me for an hour.
They have to, because once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, didn't I tell you this is a 5-hour podcast? I'm really curious what would happen if you would have a 5-hour podcast.
Yeah, what would happen?
It's madness.
Let's try it.
I think you can't. I'm a little scared for that, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a little. I don't afraid want to do that. Of that. I think
it could become beautiful and very boring. I think it's
going to be both. In 5 hours you have a lot of time to do beautiful things. Mm-hmm. In 5 hours you also have a lot of room to be boring.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to listen to 5 hours.
My lip is bleeding. Sorry.
I don't think it's supposed to do that.
No, but I bit it.
You want a blind on your lip? Like, you can put it on the inside of your mouth.
I just had a great thought.
Great one.
Yeah.
I hope it's good enough for the podcast.
Let's get back to it. We talked about something. We talked about something. Yeah. That should be the outro.
Watch out, I might actually do that.
Okay. Yeah. So, I think the real reason that I'm doing music is just because, my parents did music and I was raised, in a way that I thought, music, that's the coolest thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's cool, it's sort of useful because art, is amazing in the world, and you can meet all these interesting people, and you people will see you, and they can know who you are.
And it's mostly also just a feeling. Mm-hmm. Like, this is a cool thing to do. It feels like a cool thing to do.
Let's do
Whatever,
it. And I my ears are good, and I know some things about it already.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
And all those other things, they are super useless, going to university and studying. No, but in a way that was actually the way I thought about it, because when I finished high school I thought, what am I going to do now? And I visited some of these open days of the university, and I really thought about going there, but what
did you visit?
A lot, like Netherlands.
Yeah.
And I think philosophy and what did I visit?
It's interesting having you in philosophy.
Mm-hmm. Musicology as well.
That does make sense. It's interesting to have you in philosophy because I think you can think very well, but you also have the not thinking side in you very much. So I really doubt if the full spectrum of Francisca would be really enjoying that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go there, because on the open day there was, I don't know.
I feel like philosophy is very often ideas.
Yeah.
Ideas.
I don't remember the exact topic anymore, but it was like, there's this problem and we have to think about why did this problem come to exist? And then I knew the answer immediately.
I know the answer. Yeah. You are not acceptance. Wrong answer.
So that was my problem, that I thought, well, you're just, you created this problem yourself, and if you just let go of the problem, it's not there anymore.
And then I was very frustrated, and I went home like, I'm not going to do this. I'll do something with art where you can, you know,
Yeah.
don't have to.
Fine. Yeah.
I don't know.
Talk this exact or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard this idea about art that I really like. I'm not sure if it is a good approach of art, but it's like a cool perspective. It's a perspective I really like. I am next to the toilet, so I hope you don't do the toilet through the podcast, but we might. It's this idea of that you have like that we have like as humanity. We have a certain area of things that we know how to operate in, like of knowledge. We know how this works, we know how this works, and there's a lot going on there. And but there's also a really big dark area of things that do influence the world, but we don't really know how they work or something. They're just part of the structure of reality, and they can be very deep and very abstract, you know, and very, very hard to grasp. And that artists can operate in this space, if in between, you know, like mystics or something,
because they don't have to they don't have to play by the rules of science, and they don't have to play by the rules of I don't know, spirituality or anything else, but
they don't have to
can
explain
just,
themselves. They can just dive in.
They can use everything because fuck it, it's art.
So that actually gives... So I like that perspective.
Yeah, me too.
Did you ever think about it like that?
Yeah, I did. I think I really recognize that perspective. And that's also why I love it so much, because you can just basically do anything you want. Yeah. And I want everything.
Yes,
so.
I also want now I get this feeling again. Maybe what we're talking about in your hands and your feet, like
maybe that's what makes an artist, that they just want to do everything.
Yes. What is this miracle of life, and how can I squeeze it out? You know, like.
Yeah, it's like, you know,
really,
making juice out of life.
Yes, yes, painting with it.
Yeah. Painting the walls.
Yeah, that makes me really excited.
Great.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, because when you it could be nice, you know, to just have something that's very clear, like have a job in something nice, something that I would consider doing, which I actually wrote down in this project week, like what would you do if you didn't do what you do? I don't know, but
if you didn't do what you did, such like you continue building on every part of the sentence that you got before. What would you do
if you didn't do
that person? like, what would you do if that person wouldn't do that activity? Then. Okay, well,
something nice that I would love to do was like being a gardener or something. You know, being outside and doing something with my hands, which is very clear what the goal is. But still, I would be wondering all the time, like what else is possible with this, you know? How can we make this more interesting, and how can we look at this from different ways? And so maybe that's why I do music and art.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's really something that I noticed from you, or something, this energy of like, you know what I mean? Like, okay,
cool,
where are we? You know, like, what could this be? Yeah, that's really, I think people feel that. I heard more people talk about it. They feel this, I don't really know what I think it's curiosity. I think it's playfulness or something.
Yeah.
Being able to tap into playfulness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the moment you forget that, then you have all these judgments again. You know?
Yeah. I feel like playfulness is the deeper meaning sometimes. Everybody, nothing is like da da da. Maybe that's also my problem with philosophy or something. It's like, we are going to find the deeper meaning of life. But the actual deeper meaning of life seems to me to be like, we're going to do this a little bit. We're going to do this a little bit. And we're going to get lost somewhere on the way. And we'll just figure it out when we go. You know?
Yeah. But I think some philosophers have come to that point as well.
Yeah. Then they quit being philosophers.
Yeah, and then they just become monks or happy people.
Yeah. Oh, you wanted to do the silence meditation retraite thing, right?
Yeah.
Did you do it in the end?
No, I didn't. No, I don't remember why actually, but I would still like to do it sometime.
Yeah.
And actually my need to do it is growing, is increasing. Because I think it would be very nice for me to go back, you know, to spend some time learning how to focus again. Maybe I never really learned it, and I would love to learn it more. To choose to not be distracted all the time by everything.
I feel like you're not distracted all the time by everything.
No,
I feel like you are very focused right now, right? You're not kidding. You're not going to tell me that you are not focused right now.
I'm not like generally someone who is not focused, but like when I'm alone and I want to work and I tend to distract myself, and I think it's something we all do. Like, check your phone again.
Yes.
And
go for the dopamine rush.
Yes.
Did you talk with Simone about this? He's also really busy with this. He deleted YouTube from his phone. I don't think he watches YouTube anymore. And similar things. This
is a subject I'm busy with a lot right now. I think I think the word addiction is describing it well.
Yes.
And I notice I'm becoming aware of more and more addictions that I have.
Yeah.
Like I was raised with addiction, meaning, you know, an addiction to alcohol or to smoking.
But you connect it to the substance instead of the behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, I learned more about life, and now I notice it every day. I'm addicted to so many stuff that just makes my vision blurry, you know? That prevents me from focusing on this groundedness that we talked about.
And this beauty. The moment that you are being playful and look around, there's only beauty. Everything is amazing.
Yeah.
It really is every moment. Yeah. You just have to feel it or something. You have to be open to it. And then it's there already, all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it would be nice to consciously decide that more often, because I think, you know, these addictions, they don't have to be, at the point they're not bad anymore. They're not addictions anymore, you know. At the point that you can just choose to do something to distract yourself, but you can also choose to not do it, then it's not an addiction anymore. And I would like to be there.
So what are things that fall into the category of addictions for you?
Of course, what I just said, like
YouTube.
For me, Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, the news.
You
lately.
quit Facebook for a while, right?
Yeah.
And then you started
again.
But it's always. But it's you have to. I also watched a lot of things about this on YouTube, which is my.
The irony.
Yeah, I can convince myself always that it's useful.
Yeah.
So, it's never a straight line. It's always up, down,
Mhm.
up, down. You just slowly ascend.
Yeah.
Where you're just
Yeah.
genuinely trying.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced yet that I have to quit everything or something.
No,
I don't
no,
think
but
that's
Do you want to go
necessary.
to a place where it's
where I have more control. Or
yeah,
like,
where it's not creating problems in your
yeah,
life?
where I can make
Yeah.
a conscious and deliberate decision.
I think that's the same thing, Francisca.
Yeah. Whatever, man. No, but it sounds differently. Conscious is like
Yeah, it's two
being
different
aware,
words.
and then deliberate is like has this movement. It's
Yeah,
like-
deliberate is like it has this. Yeah, that's right. It's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get what you mean. Yeah. Conscious is mere diffused.
Yeah,
So
dat is meer-
conscious is like I am aware, and
Yeah.
deliberate is like I am aware of that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so, but also more addictions. Procrastinating.
Is that an addiction?
Well, it like, okay, so,
Do you like yeah.
yes, and also perfectionism. Is that
I
a
feel
word?
like you're stretching the definition of addiction a little bit, but
Yeah, so
That's
maybe that's
maybe
not
those
an
are
addiction.
more behaviors that you wish to change or something.
Yeah, but I think it is addiction in a way. Because, like, when you're a perfectionist and you're actually addicted to being perfect and to escaping this feeling of letting go, you know? Okay, well, it's a bit vague, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's exactly an addiction or not. It is something.
It
that you
does
want to
matter,
change.
Peter.
Okay.
I have to.
Well,
I have
then
to
it
have
does matter.
the exact
Yeah.
definition because I'm a perfectionist.
Well, let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something I would like to practice
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
It was actually one of my my New Year's resolutions for this year.
Mm.
I told my roommate to please.
Your roommate that speaks Turkish?
No, I have a roommate that speaks Arabic.
Oh.
But I told another roommate, please tell me once in a while, niet stressen. Don't stress out. And she does it every once in a while. It's really great because it was my goal. And then every time she says it, I can be like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't have to stress about this. I don't have to worry. Peter is sitting on his chair now like a little bird.
I'm really curious about what you got with the feedback round in the project week. Because we had this exercise where we wrote down a couple of characteristics that I feel were very important to be a balanced person. You know, that you have to have a little bit of to be capable in different ways or something, and that if you miss a couple of these things can get a little bit out of balance. So I felt like that were some tools to help us give feedback. I don't know if it's feedback to give us observations of each other. And
with on the last day, you mean?
Yes.
Those pointers.
because that's also
Yeah.
the exercise that I'm organizing for people on Monday, because I
cool.
thought it was a great exercise. I was
Mhm.
really enthusiastic about that, and I'm really curious what you got back. If you want to share, you don't have to, of course.
You mean like what people wrote or?
Yeah. Oh, did you write? In your
No,
case?
not really.
We talked.
No, we talked. What did people say? I have to think about that actually. So the pointers, they were about your body language as well, right? But also
Yeah, I think they were like power, authenticity, honesty, we need to
Oh.
confront.
I don't have
I
this
think
list.
you guys had a different exercise.
Yeah, because we went to the
it's
same
too
group.
bad that you
Yeah.
guys had a different exercise because this is a really
Oh.
nice exercise.
Oh, but I think I know what you mean. Like, what did people tell me that made me a great leader?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we also had some things that we also talked about things that were maybe missing a little bit or something.
Okay.
But with you guys, it's like,
we
oh, you
didn't-
are a great leader because of this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then-
We
Oh,
didn't do
oh.
it. What's this? Creature. That's.
Someone's making really loud farts.
Yeah.
Like the whole building is shaking.
It's like, it sounds a little bit like there's a dinosaur there, like growling.
Do you know this Jurassic Park scene that they have like the walkie-talkie of one
Mhm.
person and then it's buried in like a really huge pile of poop. It's like,
Oh,
it's like 2 human beings big and then they have to dig through it to find the walkie-talkie because the walkie-talkie is really important, so they have to like.
Is that in the first movie?
I have no idea.
I think you're mixing up stuff because I recently saw it and they dig into this pile of shit, but they do it because they want to find some berries or something. I don't know. I don't remember. No, you're wrong. It's something else.
that I'm not sure of. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't really do that exercise. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, that's too bad. I really want everyone to experience it.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I want to also organize it for the rest of the group. But
Yeah.
yeah, because
Do it.
It's great because you rarely have the chance to get honest, direct feedback from people that you can trust,
Mhm.
that know you well,
Mhm.
and that know how to give this really intense
Yeah,
things in a
I
good
would love
way.
it.
Yeah.
Please organize it.
It's like I said with the exercise, it's my self-development wet dream. Like, you know, like the perfect thing that you want if you're just
Yeah,
working
great.
on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I'm not sure how to organize that for the whole group. I think that I'm already organizing it for the people that weren't there,
Hmm.
so that's already a thing. And except for that, I'm not sure
Ah,
what
okay.
to do.
Maybe I'll just join.
That's possible. It's not a bad
Great.
idea. Yeah.
Cool.
I think we're done.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to this very natural ending.
Okay, well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. We talked about something. That should be the outro.
Watch out, I might actually do
yeah, okay.
Yeah.